What if losing your vision had almost nothing to do with how old you are, and almost everything to do with what you have been eating for the past 2 decades? Most people think of vision loss as an inevitable feature of aging, something that simply happens to you. But the research tells a more nuanced story, one in which the tissue at the back of your eye is under an extraordinary and constant biological burden, and in which the daily choices you make at the dinner table either help carry that burden or quietly add to it. There is a specific group of nutrients found in foods most people walk past in the grocery store without a second thought, that work directly inside the eye, not as general wellness additions. They deposit themselves into the precise tissue where damage begins, and they act as a measurable biological shield against one of the most common causes of irreversible vision loss in people over 60. And the food that delivers these nutrients most powerfully is probably not the one you are expecting. In fact, the most important thing you will hear in this video is a correction to one of the most common pieces of eye nutrition advice circulating online right now. We are going to work through all of it: the mechanisms, the evidence, the honest limitations, and the practical protocol. The most surprising insight comes at around the 7-minute mark. Stay for it. To understand why specific nutrients protect your vision, you need to understand what is threatening it. The retina sits at the back of the eye. It contains 2 types of photoreceptor cells: rods for low-light vision, cones for color and fine detail, packed at extraordinary density in a small central region called the macula. Everything you use for sharp, detailed vision, reading, recognizing faces, driving, runs through the macula. It is one of the most metabolically active tissues in the human body. Because of this extraordinary metabolic activity, the macula operates under persistently high oxidative stress. The photoreceptor cells are constantly processing visual signals, cycling through photochemical reactions, and managing large volumes of metabolic byproducts. Light can contribute to the production of reactive oxygen species, unstable molecules capable of damaging cellular structures within certain photochemical reactions in the retina. This is one source of the oxidative burden, but it is essential to be precise here. Light is only one contributing factor among several, and the eye's built-in antioxidant defense systems are substantial. In a well-nourished, otherwise healthy eye, those defenses largely keep pace with the demand. The problem develops when those defenses are consistently outpaced, and that is where the combination of aging, diet, genetics, and other risk factors enters the picture. Over time, and under sustained oxidative pressure, the macular pigment, a protective layer composed primarily of 2 carotenoids called lutein and zeaxanthin, can thin. That thinning is considered a significant risk factor for age-related macular degeneration. And I want to be careful about that phrase. A risk factor, not a direct cause. Macular pigment thinning increases vulnerability. It does not guarantee disease. The distinction matters, and we will come back to it. What is critical to understand now is that this pigment can be directly supported by diet, and one food group stands far above the rest in the evidence base. Before I name it, let me explain the mechanism. Lutein and zeaxanthin are carotenoid pigments. The body cannot synthesize either of them. They must come entirely from diet. And once consumed, they are selectively concentrated in the macula by specific binding proteins in retinal tissue, including GSTP1 and STAR-D3, at densities higher than anywhere else in the body. The eye actively prioritizes the accumulation of these 2 compounds. Their function is dual. First, they act as a physical optical filter, absorbing high-energy blue light before it penetrates deeper into the photoreceptors and contributes to reactive oxygen species generation. Second, they function as direct antioxidants within the retinal tissue itself, neutralizing free radicals at the site where oxidative stress is highest. The clinical evidence is among the strongest in nutritional ophthalmology. The AREDS 2 trial, the Age-Related Eye Disease Study 2, found that supplemental lutein and zeaxanthin reduced the risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration by 26% in high-risk participants. Research published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science has demonstrated that consistent dietary intake measurably increases macular pigment optical density over months of sustained consumption. Higher macular pigment optical density is associated with lower risk of macular disease. Now, here is the correction that most popular eye health content gets wrong. Kiwi fruit is frequently cited as a useful lutein source. It is. But cooked dark leafy greens deliver lutein at concentrations that make kiwi a distant secondary option. Cooking matters. Heat breaks down plant cell walls, significantly improving carotenoid bioavailability. Consuming cooked greens with a small amount of dietary fat improves absorption further. The practical conclusion is this: if macular pigment support is the goal, and the evidence says it should be for anyone over 50, a daily serving of cooked spinach, kale, or collard greens is the single most impactful dietary choice available. While lutein and zeaxanthin work at the level of the macular pigment, vitamin C plays a distinct and separately documented role in protecting a different structure entirely: the lens. For that focusing to remain accurate, the lens must stay transparent. The aqueous humor, the fluid surrounding the lens, contains vitamin C at concentrations roughly 25 to 50 times higher than blood plasma. This extraordinary concentration exists to maintain a sustained antioxidant environment around the lens. Research published in the journal Ophthalmology has shown that individuals with the highest dietary vitamin C intake have significantly lower rates of cataract formation. A twin study found that consistent high vitamin C intake was associated with a 33% reduced risk. One medium kiwi contains between 70 and 90 milligrams of vitamin C. 2 kiwis approach the full recommended daily intake in a single serving. This is where kiwi earns its place in an eye health protocol as one of the most efficient dietary vitamin C vehicles. The retina is one of the most densely vascularized tissues in the body. Photoreceptor cells depend on a fine network of capillaries to deliver oxygen and glucose and to remove metabolic waste. When that supply is compromised, photoreceptors progressively deteriorate. Anthocyanins, the dark pigments found in blueberries, bilberries, and red grapes, have documented effects on microvascular integrity and retinal circulation. They improve choroidal blood flow and support rhodopsin regeneration. Now, here is what the research actually says. Age-related macular degeneration is not a condition with a single dietary cause and solution. Genetics plays a substantial role. Smoking is among the most powerfully documented modifiable risk factors. Multiple large cohort studies have found that smokers carry 2 to 4 times the risk. The non-negotiable foundation is a daily serving of cooked dark leafy greens. On top of that, 2 kiwi fruits provide the vitamin C dose. A small daily portion of blueberries or goji berries adds anthocyanin support for retinal vascular health. Simple, inexpensive, and built on mechanisms supported by decades of research. The most effective use of dietary tools is the one built on that honest foundation: consistent daily intake of the highest evidence foods, combined with management of other modifiable risks and regular professional eye examination. That is what protects vision over the long term. Now you have the full picture. Use it.